Hello, everybody. It's me, Trader Max from the Shogun. This Shogun Coin presentation is about 2 days in from our coin launch. Let's get started. All right, like I said, we're 2 days in, and what a great launch it was. We had some hiccups, we had some timing things, but overall, everything went very, very well. I was very excited for the process of what we delivered. And we're going to have a look at the chart here in a second, but just a few statements, and I want you to prepare yourself because these statements may incite a lot of questions, which is great. It may incite a lot of emotion, which is also great. But remember, there's a few things that we have done to protect ourselves and this community. My main goal is to protect this community. Okay, this is the Shogunate way. Ooh, there we go. First off, and I want you all to realize that we are a service network that has a coin, not the opposite. We're not a coin that has a service network. We're not relying on the coin as the standard people who make coins do. The economy of the coin was suited in its base to be a supplement to help build our beginning footing. We'll talk about that here in a second. The top 5, the top 20, and the top 100. These are not the top holders. These are the people that we are bringing into the network to make a revenue share. If you're asked to be in the top 100, expect to do a little workload, be a part of the rating team, be part of the trading and chillers. We'll talk about that a little bit in a couple slides up. But you're going to find out to be a part of that, to make money in this system is not about the coin, it's about the network. Be a part of that network. To get into the top 20, you got to be invited in because of the hard work you've done. So it's like working from the mailroom up to the CEO, right? Get into the group of 100. Work your butt off, be a part of it, be positive. There's a few mantras that we're going to give you. You're going to learn a lot of stuff because you're going to have access to the dojo, which is we won't even talk about in this video yet. I just spilled some alpha right there. That you'll be able to learn a lot of stuff to what to do and get invited to that top 20 if there's space or if there's room or what have you. It might become a top 40, who knows. Let's talk about the Shogun mentality. The mentality of the Shogun is right and honor guides our way. So lead the way. What does this mean? This means that the process of who I am, I'm not about always being the leader. There's 5 of us that are Shogun. We are the ones that are leading the way. The top 20 will begin to lead the way for the people in the top 100. And even the top 100 can lead others into the system, into the retail value of who we are. Create alliances, but always lead the way with right and honor. The tokenomics are on the way, but here is a brief breakdown that we're going to do here. And again, hold on to your hats because this is not done in the normal fashion. The Shogun, myself, the main coin dev with the main wallet, owns 83% of the supply. That's right, 83%. And that may seem like a lot. Like some of you in the very beginning saw on the when we released the coin and everything went out, we left the tokenomics out there. We didn't rush to hide or do anything else. But there was 83% of the main wallet was holding the process. And I know you would go to rug check and it would look like a sea of red on there. Be warning, warning, rug pull process, right? And that's what most of those places that are rug pullers would do. They would go hide and they would say, no, we don't own 83%. Look how many wallets there are. The only reason I split it up into 40 wallets, and let me tell you, that was a pain in the ass, was because we wanted the security. We didn't want one wallet holding that much because in case a wallet drain happened, accidental. Now, it's very unlikely for me to ever click on anything. I've been doing cybersecurity and work in that area for a very long time. But we have some cold wallet storage systems on board as well. There's over 40 wallets that have percentages in each one of them at different levels. And that 83% is what we're holding on to keep strong. We're not using it like other coins would use it. Most other coins would probably sell off some of the supply, probably give it to another person. give it to exchanges and all that kind of stuff. But we're not. And why is that? Because that keeps that floor so strong and unmovable, along with the team, the top 5 and the top 20, and some various family members and friends that we brought into the network that bought from the pre-sale. They don't hold supply, they hold pre-sale. They bought pre-sale. That could be another 12%. So in the control of the Shogun, of the Warrior Council, of the Samurai Council, and the top 100, I'm not including the top 100, but the top 5 and the top 20, in there, we have some major diamond responsibilities. It's not if. Everybody in there that I've counted, and there's about 15 of them, they are solid. I mean solid, solid. Now, that could be about 12% of the network. So literally, without saying it, with saying it, without saying it, that's 95% of the coin being held by the most rigorous people that we know. These are people that even a little sell would damage what we're doing. So they're strong. There's only a couple of people that came in that said they didn't know what we were doing, and so they got out real quick at the very beginning. They made a couple bucks and they went on. That's okay. We don't even have names for them. It's cautious. We got one word. Goodbye. Have a good day. Next. What's the purpose of the coin then, right? That's probably one of the biggest questions you're going to ask. If we can't sell, if we can't make money with it, right? If you're not part of the Shogun 100 and you're just a retail person, you happen to be watching this video, take the chart, do what you're going to do. That's fine, right? The coin is of little concern to me at this level, only because it's at the floor. It can't, say nobody says can't, right? But it can't go below a certain amount of this 175 to 215 in there. It can go a little low, like 200 maybe, but there has to be a couple sell-offs in that top group of people we just talked about. And there can't be on my side because I control it all, and I can guarantee you that's not happening. So the concept here is, with the pre-sale made, that gave us 13,000, right? Because we brought in 201 SOL, gave us about 27,000, and after what's his name took their cut, this is just averages 13,000 went into our wallet with SOL, and 14,000 went into the liquidity pool. It got burnt. Put it right in there, 14K. That 13,000 has paid for our volume bot. Okay, that allows us to begin out the volume bot network and the Shogun Dex. Now that's a working title, okay, because there's a new title we're probably going to come up with that one for. That's where the community network goes in, and they can be a part of that. And it's it's like Telegram, but within a community network that you can control, and you can have charts and all that kind of stuff, see the trades happening and everything. These, along with our trade bot and raid bot, our forge, our foundry, these are all things that are coming into the play of the network. This is for the rev share. That's where you make your money. You make your money from the rev share. You make your money from being a part of our network, not just from a coin. So what are you going to do? If you hold the bag and you want to work for your bag and be considered into the rev share, then join the Samurai 100, right? Go to the page, go to team, go down, fill out the form, and somebody will be in contact with you to bring you into the right rooms and show you what to do now. Right now, it's sort of just finger and pointing. There's no training involved other than some of your experiences. If you have a tremendous amount of experience, reach out to some of the top 20 or the top 5, and don't try to pitch us on how great you are. Okay, we'll see how great you are. The proof's in the pudding, is in the eating, but it's also in the doing, right? So if you want to be a part of the army, you want to be one of the raiders, traders, shillers, content providers, all that stuff, we can teach you a lot. We have the dojo coming. Again, that is not a dojo video, but I will deliver that as well. If you're here for retail and you just want to hold on to your bag and you're not sure what to do and how to contribute, I understand. I can tell you, as the coin rises, slowly treat it with respect. And it can make you some money. Don't go in for cheeseburgers, right? This thing is holding, and where it's at, don't come out in FOMO either. Don't worry. We're not dropping off the end of the world. That coin is going to stay at that 200 level to the day I die or more. Okay? We already have stuff in place for all this. It's made for the inside network. You want to be a part of the Shogun, then this is where the real money is. What's to come? Well, as you know, we already have a trading bot, right? We got some training stuff to put out for it. The raid bot is in beta test. We need to finish. Our dev has gotten some bit of bad news that we've been fighting with for a little while. They had a death in the family, so they'll be back here shortly to help finish that off. We just have a small few of the things in there to finish off in there anyway. We're going to be changing over the old Panther Pilot relationship and partnership, which was my company, into the new one, which is called ShogunWebForge.com. So that's all those services back there. That's where our partners are going in and building the websites and systems for their communities. We also own a domain registrar called PantherWebTools.com. That's changing over to ShogunWebFoundry.com. The connection to our partnership network, which is referred to as the Shogun Alliance. These are all those communities out there that are alliancing with us and partnering with us to build up security and build up value and exposure and distribution. The build out for the volume bot is going to take about between 10 and 15 days since we started. So right now from this sign of this video, probably about 8 to 13 days. The build out for the Shogun deck system is going to take a little longer. It's going to take out between 3 weeks to 30 days to be able to finish that up. That's a pretty big project, and there's a lot of stuff at stake for that one. So there's some real conditioning we have to do to build. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the chart here. Here we are on the chart. When we first released, we had a sniper who was in the very, very beginning. We knew snipers were going to happen, but they never got in before anybody else. And the good thing is like they got in so good, they made like maybe $120, right? So all this trouble here was from $120. But really where we would have fired at anyway was right here at the 251. We went up, we came down, of course. These two major buys, these three things, was from a single individual who was in our network that decided that this wasn't for them because they seen that we were holding a large amount in supply and they got very freaked out. That's okay. That happens. We didn't relay the message well enough to people. We thought everybody knew that we're going to be holding a very large amount of the supply to protect the coin. Now, luckily we did, because even this little yeet off here was fine because our base value of our floor is sitting at 200,000, right? So this vibration, as you can kind of see going on into our second day, is very strong, right? Not strong in the mentality of, maybe we didn't give one person some good information, which they'll fade now, and they've even made a time that we may come back in when it's a green candle. But you know what? I don't care. You don't have to be here. That's fine. This Shogun is for those that are here to believe in the program that we're building and working on. So stay strong, right? Lead the way, as we talked. So if you look on Deck Screener, the holders may not have, it might not be reflective there for the holder situation. If you go to any other ones that has like, here, I'll refresh this page so you can see it's a real page. We have 18% in the top wallet right now because I just got tired of putting it into 50 wallets. I feel comfortable with this being in the one secure wallet because it's off chain. We've already moved all the stuff we need, the movable stuff. So this has one, and then the top 10 wallets is under 50%. Now, why is that important? Because over on RugCheck, we now have a good rating, so be aware that people look at this kind of stuff and investigate, and even at 18%, that's still a pretty high amount for somebody, but we don't care about that side of it. We want them to know that we as a team hold a very large amount of the coin's supply because we're protecting it. We're not using it to go into exchanges and give away to people to shill for us and all that kind of nonsense, because you know what they do. They just sell it and boom. So we put it in the hands of somebody that has everything to lose and everything to gain. And who is that? That's me. So keep that in mind, that we're building up this network not by what I hold, but what all of you hold, okay, in that world, and what you do as well. For me, it's easy. I don't got to sell. That's it. My personal wallets that I have that I bought from pre-sale as well, right? That's up to my discretion what I do and what I don't. But I'm still holding that as well, as that's part of that 12% that we were talking about. Okay, so what's next? My final message, this is a tough one. It's to tell you what you need to do and what to prepare for. And when I switch the screen over, I want you to realize that this is a mantra for all of you. Be patient and lead the way. That's right. Be Shogun. Even if you're just here on the retail, show that experience of your experiences and be strong. We don't make knee-jerk, irresponsible decisions and movements. We had somebody who was on the chart in the very beginning, knew who we were and knew what we were, but decided just to leave because they didn't feel like they already knew. But they didn't know. They should have known, but they didn't. That's okay. If the chart drops and you call them yeeters, that's all right. They're travelers. They're nomads. They can't stick in a place. That's okay. We're gathering people to live in this world with us so we can lead them on the way. All right, I'm Trader Max. I hope this gave you some insight of what's happening. Stay strong, be patient, and lead the way. But also, and as always, live well.